Well, g'day, mate. My name's Dave.
And I'm Brad.
And this is the Travelling...
Traveling Brothers Cigar Review.
Shut your face.
It happens. Let's start again. Boop!
Fucking stop that shit. Well, g'day, mate. My name's Dave.
And I'm Brad.
And this is the Travelling Brothers Cigar Review. And today you're looking at another one of our training series for cigar noobs.
Cigar boobs for noobs.
Cigar noobs.
Cigar...
There's no boobs. Nobody wants to see your boobs, Brad.
But you said there'd be boobs.
I said there'd be noobs.
Why would you say there'd be boobs if there's no boobs?
Yeah, right. Okay, so you've gone to your cigar lounge and you've purchased a cigar, and they've given it to you in one of these. A little plastic baggie. This is obviously from Davidoff Cigars. You'll find that the cigar lounge will have their branding on there. And these are not just your everyday Ziploc baggies that you put your sandwiches in. These ones are...
You could put a sandwich in there.
Well, it's have to be a long, thin, maybe a sub, a small sub.
Like a Hoagie?
A hot dog. A Hoagie.
Not recommended.
Not recommended. This plastic is designed to retain humidity because these little suckers here, we want to keep them slightly humid. 70...
So let's play the scenario, Dave.
70 on the hygrometer, right?
I'm a cigar noob boob noob. What do I do if I don't have a humidor? Do I need a humidor? Am I ready for a humidor?
Well, that's a good point. You're a cigar noob. You're probably going down the lounge and you're smoking one at a time. Maybe you've taken a couple home.
Or if you got a good friend who gives you
a cigar here or there, you don't want to go putting it on your in your dresser drawer and just leaving it there. Hey, listen, I gave a friend a cigar not long ago, and his wife says, "Oh, I've got that other one that we were given." "Oh, when were you given that?" 6 months ago." "Where is it?" "Oh, it's still in my handbag."
Or sitting on the dresser.
Yeah, just sitting there drying out. These things have to be slightly moist.
Criminal.
So 70 on a hygrometer. I don't know what that's measured in. Well, it measures humidity.
Oh, okay, okay.
So you want to try and keep them at 70 humidity and 70 degrees.
Which is your typical house temperature, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's variances, 75 to 65, but 70 is the sweet spot, right?
What don't you want to do with a cigar that you buy? Given to you? You
don't want to leave it laying around. You want to treat it carefully because these leaves are very fragile.
The don'ts are no direct sunlight.
No direct sunlight.
Not hot.
Yeah, not too hot. What happens if it gets too hot for too long?
Like you, it sweats, it dries out.
Not only that, hate to scare you cigar noobs, but most tobacco has got cigar beetle eggs in it somewhere. Yeah. And whilst it's so microscopic that it's not going to worry you, and if I hadn't told you, you'd probably never know, if it does and you leave it out in the heat for too long, those eggs will hatch and they'll chew the shit out of your cigar. They'll just go through, and if you've got them in a humidor, they'll go from cigar to cigar to cigar to cigar to cigar, and they'll ruin your entire collection.
I'm smoking beetles now?
Well, no, you're probably smoking beetle eggs, but so few of them, it doesn't matter. And they're so tiny and microscopic, you're not going to be worried about it.
I need a new hobby.
You need a new hobby. But if you have one with live beetles in it, then you'll know about it. You'll get these little holes, and if we find some, I've never had any of my own that have had beetles.
This sounds like an Australian problem.
Nope.
Okay.
Definitely not an Australian problem. Comments below if you've had beetles in your cigars.
Add some pictures, and we won't post them.
But anyway, so look, I go to the cigar lounge, and I get it in my little baggie here. How long is it good for in that?
I mean, on its own, probably a week.
Okay, I wouldn't want to leave it too much longer than that. But if you got yourself one of the Bevita packs, a little Bevita pack, and again, cigar lounges have those, and you throw that in there with it.
Let's give a little close-up of this book. See this little number that's on this Bovita pack? This is the greatest invention ever. And it is just literally like you would like the humidify beads or...
Yeah.
the sponges and stuff like that, or the crap that we throw away when you get one of these traveling humidors. Just keep the cigars at the humidity you want.
Yeah, so you'll get these up to 70. You actually can get ones that are they're a two-way humidification. Let's just go with that. They've got a gel inside them. You'll feel them. There's like a liquid inside. It's actually a gel, and this membrane is two-way. So if the environment that they're in is too wet, this will absorb moisture, and if it's too dry, it will expel moisture, and it will go to the the percentage of humidity that's on the pack. So this one's 69.
It's idiot proof.
Why did you pick 69? Is there a reason you picked 69?
No one will ever know. I like my cigars a little bit more wet.
So you could you'd want to pick 72 then. The higher the number, the more wet it is.
Yeah, you learn something new every day.
So if you put one of these in here, well, now you're probably going to keep that cigar in there happily until that Bovita pack goes crispy, because that's when it's out of moisture, and it'll keep that cigar in there until then. What's better though is if you get yourself one of these little guys. So these are travel humidors. You've probably seen them before, and they'll hold about 5 cigars. Let's see, get all these. I should have these El Huences with their label facing out, but anyway. So they've got another one over here. There we go. 5 El Huences fit in there nicely from Foundation Cigars. Very nice cigar. If you're new to cigars, that's a good one to try. And you can put them in there. You put your little Bovita pack in there on top of them, and you just close it up, and it's airtight, and they're good to go. You can travel anywhere with these. So that's another thing. You do a lot of traveling, right? So what do you use? You don't use one of these little 5 cigars.
Well, I like to go big or go home, right? So, I did a little research online, and I did some Amazoning, and my wife made this really cool paracord kind of clip thing that goes right on my backpack or my suitcase. But this cigar holder here can hold like 15 cigars. Because, I like variety. I'm not going to smoke 15 cigars at a time. But I do like variety, and I'll give a little tilt to you guys here. This is actually a waterproof electronics case.
Pelican, right?
It's a Pelican case.
And you put your little Bovita packs up here, and your cutter, and your lighter.
Yep. And it fits perfectly, and it latches up, and it keeps your cigars nice and protected, and beautiful.
And beautiful.
But even with this, you got to remember the key is the 70-70, right? Mm-hmm. Is you got to keep the temperature right, and although this will keep it. So
you're not going to leave this in your hot car while you go inside.
No, you will not, because that's
why you've got this, right? Because you connect this to your bag or whatever you're taking with you, and just take it with you.
I just connect it to my bag, like you're my bag. That was a bad joke. So you just take it with you. Listen, if you're going inside, or if you're going to be out of your car for any extended period of time, remember.
Treat it like a baby.
It is a very nice, beautiful...
Treat it like a baby. Don't leave the baby in the car. And don't shake the baby.
Don't shake the baby?
Because, again, these things are fragile, right? So you want to look after them. And they're expensive. If you're doing this, I'm guessing that you've got a little bit of extra money, but you still want to look after it. This is, what's the El Huense? It's a $12 cigar, $13.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And beautiful cigar, but if I'm buying a lot of them and putting them in there and then I shake it all around the place. That's why I personally like these ones, because I put them in my motorcycle. And so, your motorcycle is not as smooth a ride, and so the foam both sides really keeps them together and stops them shaking around. Yeah. So as a cigar noob, get yourself one of these. I mean, until you start buying boxes of cigars, you don't need a bigger humidor. These are fairly inexpensive, easy to look after the cigars well, carry them anywhere you like, take them to a party.
Question for you, Dave. Let's say I got a run. Let's say I get a call.
You got the runs?
I always do.
Is that a symptom of something? Or what, did you eat something? Or?
You get nervous energy.
Uh-huh.
It happens all the time. Or if I eat something I shouldn't, but we're not going to go there. If you got to run, what do you do?
Yeah, well, good point. So I've just lit this cigar, and I'm sitting down to relax, and I don't know, my wife tells me we've got to go out.
Honey, let's go. I thought that was a good wife.
So then I'll go, oh, but do I have to? Can I have one of the Zycar guillotine cutters? Right, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to get my little baggie that I got from there. I'm going to keep one of these. Always keep one of these handy. Put it in your humidor. It can sit in the bottom of your humidor or your travel humidor and keep it. And I'm going to get my straight cut here. And I'm going to just...
Why would you not just let it go out and throw it in the bag?
Oh, okay. Well, you could, but all this ash, like, have you ever, like, smelt an ashtray the next day? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't smell good, right?
No, definitely does not.
So you want to get rid of all this ash that's on the end of the cigar.
Because cigars are pretty much like mushrooms. They absorb everything that's with them.
They absorb moisture. They absorb scent. They absorb the scent of that as well. And so I want to have this tomorrow. So I'm going to cut it off, and you can see actually this one was burning up the center just a little bit. Can you see that there? So
you got to make sure you get all of the ash.
I want to get all of that off if I can. That's close enough. There we go.
And then you can throw it in your bag.
Now, before I throw it in my bag, I'm going to go... Did you see the smoke come out of it?
No.
Oh, well, I did. So I'm going to blow through it. Because you've just been sucking smoke through here, right? So you want to purge the cigar of that smoke. Otherwise, that smoke's sitting in here and the same thing happens. Make sense?
Yeah, it smells horrible.
It smells horrible the next day. You'll taste it. So, I mean, it's not. I mean, you're sucking. You could argue, but you're sucking smoke through it anyway. Yes, but you're smoking the fresh burn and flavour of it, not the stale stuff that's sitting in it. So, blow through it. Make sure there's none out. I'm going to throw it in my baggie, and I'm going to smoke it again later. Seal it up.
Maybe that day. I wouldn't let that go like 2 days. And disclaimer: don't put a lit cigar into a plastic bag.
Yeah. And but why couldn't I just put it in here with my other cigars?
Because everything in there is going to taste like an ashtray.
Yeah, and your whole humidor will hold that smell forever. It's ruined. You might as well just throw your whole humidor away.
It'll be an ash.
When I was a noob to cigars, I made the mistake of taking the baggie and putting that in my 25 cigar humidor as well.
You would do that.
And even that tainted the humidor. I ended up being able to get rid of the smell and re-season it and everything else. But otherwise, keep it. That'll keep it for a day. You want to come back to it in a few hours.
Because once you cut
the next day, maybe.
Because you got to remember, once you cut the cigar, you're already starting to dispel some of the moisture from the cigar itself because that cap keeps everything in there. And it's very important that you just go from there. So, all right there, noobs. That's how you can keep a couple cigars fresh and how you can keep your cigar fresh on the go.
Yeah.
Or if you got to go.
Or if you've got to go. Well, if you've got to go, I'd just put it down in the ashtray and just let it go out. And then come back and relight it.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
If you've got to go.
But if you got to go.
If you've got to go.
Like go.
Then, yeah, sure.
Then you got to go.
Listen, quick point. Just because it comes up, we'll probably cover it again. When you do finish your cigar and you're not going to keep it, don't go jamming it in the ashtray and stubbing it out because it's actually going to make it burn more. Just rest it on the side of the ashtray.
And let it go out.
And let it go out.
It's a beautiful thing.
Okay. All right, that's all from me.
Remember, like and subscribe. Hit the bell. There's more from the Boob series coming to you.
I'll tell you what. If you're watching this one and you waited this far to the end and you make a comment on 3 of our Cigar Noob videos, we'll look for who we can find as the first to comment on 3 of our Cigar Noob videos, and we'll send one of these out with your contact. We'll send one of these out to you for your cigars to go in. That sound like a good deal?
I love good deals.
Love good deals.
It's L'chaim certified.
It's L'chaim certified. All right, so like, subscribe, comment.
And again, comment below on what you want to hear from the Cigar Noob series. We want to bring new cigar smokers to this industry. And it is very intimidating to go to a lounge or go around seasoned cigar smokers such as yourself. So do yourself a favor. Ask. We'll tell you.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. We got more coming to you from the Boob series, the Boob Noobs, the Noob series, the New Boobs, the Boob Noobs, the Boob Tube. We're on the Boob Tube for the Noobs.
And we'll get Brad to do a special retro Hale version.
No, we're not. Have a good day, Traveling Brothers Cigars. This is Brad.
This is Dave. We're Traveling Cigar Brothers. Traveling Brothers Cigar Reviews. Like, subscribe. See you later.